where we're having a great day, things are going well. One thing happens and we let it affect everything. It's like the one comment on a post that rubs you the wrong way. And instead of brushing it off or saying, you know what, that person's entitled to their opinion and it shouldn't have any weight on me, we let it affect us. We let it ruin our day. We let it affect the conversations that we have next and the interactions that we have with our family, with our friends, with our coworkers. When the reality is, if we wouldn't have even looked at it, it wouldn't have affected our lives. I used to sob in the shower every morning, just hoping that the sound of the water would mask my agony. On the outside, I looked successful, but inside I was crumbling. It took heartbreak, reinvention, and a whole lot of unlearning before I realized this, that the life I was craving wasn't simply going to arrive, I had to create it. Most people are chasing clarity, confidence, or success, but what they really need is to feel safe enough to be fully seen, fully expressed, and fully alive. Welcome to the All Out As Is podcast, a podcast for brave-hearted humans, leaders, visionaries, and world changers ready to stop performing and start living in truth. I'm your host, Adia, mindset coach, dance educator, and walking permission slip, here to help you untangle the pressure, move with purpose, and build a life that feels like freedom. Each week, we dive into mindset, clarity, reinvention, aligned growth, lessons learned from the hard seasons, and the real behind the scenes of building a business and life that feels like freedom. You don't need to become someone new. Just give yourself permission to live all out as is. So take a deep breath and let's begin. Hey, welcome back to the All Out As Is podcast. I'm so excited that you're here and that you are wanting to do something for your health, for your wellness, for your mindset. I'm excited to talk today about the idea of mindset, the idea of affirmations, and the idea that sometimes we make things so much worse than they are. Like we do it to ourselves. I feel like that's a familiar phrase that you may use sometimes, you may think about sometimes, like, man, I'm doing this to myself. But couple things that I have found super important, and then we'll kind of dive into it. But affirmations. Once upon a time, I thought affirmations were simply saying, I am pretty, I am smart, I am healthy, I am happy. And they felt so inauthentic and disingenuous. But what I now realize is that affirmations are really truths that you are feeding yourself to combat and to replace so many of the lies that whether you are feeding them to yourself or you're getting fed to them by the world. So lies like you have to be such and such in order to fill in the blank. You have to have this certification or this degree if you want to fill in the blank. You were born in a specific situation, therefore you can't fill in the blank. We hear these types of lies all the time, every day. They are ingrained in us. They're so strong that we consider them beliefs. So what affirmations are doing is they're changing your belief. They're rewiring your brain. So instead of thinking, I wasn't born into a rich family, therefore I can't be rich, you're replacing that with money is an infinite and abundant resource, always flowing my way. I am capable of everything I desire. All things are possible for me if I want them. My desires are meant for me and are destined for me. Those types of things. Now, at first, they may feel a little disingenuous, but the more you say them, the more that you repeat them, the more you seal them into your being, the more you will believe them. And before long, your belief system will be shifting. And when your belief system shifts, you are in a position to be manifesting what you want, to be living a life that you desire, to be existing in a way that feels amazing and like you're thriving, not like you're fighting. And so So I just want to like put that out there that you believe your own voice more than you believe anyone else's. And so what you say to yourself matters. So I heard this saying the other day, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I want to share this. And it was, you didn't have a bad day. You had a bad 15 minutes and you let it affect your entire day. Oh my gosh, hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, God, that's so true. I was having a great day. And then this one thing happened and suddenly my day is ruined. Why did I let it ruin my day? There's so many different things I could have done to just move past that. I'll never forget when my kids were little, for whatever reason, and it's so strange because like I've been a pretty optimistic person my whole life, but for whatever reason, my boys have, especially my youngest, is like extra critical and like kind of I won't say negative thinking, but kind of like errors on the negative side. And we would go to Disneyland and it'd be like, did you have so much fun? No, it was the worst. It's the worst day ever. And literally, I think it was just like always opposite day for him. But it's like we do that too as adults, where we're having a great day, things are going well. One thing happens and we let it affect everything. It's like the one comment on a post that rubs you the wrong way. And instead of brushing it off or saying, you know what, that person's entitled to their opinion and it shouldn't have any weight on me, we let it affect us. We let it ruin our day. We let it affect the conversations that we have next and the interactions that we have with our family, with our friends, with our coworkers. When the reality is, if we wouldn't have even looked at it, it wouldn't have affected our lives. So, okay, we're human. We looked at it. It affected us. Now what? We've got to learn to let it go. We've got to learn to feel it, let it affect us for those few minutes. And if that's what you need, and then move forward, move past it. Don't let it affect the rest of your day. You didn't have a bad day. You had a bad couple minutes. You had a bad moment and you've let it affect everything. And here's the thing. The more we dwell on that negative thought, the more we replay it over and over, the more we create stories around whatever that thing was that bothered us, the more we ruminate on, what could possibly be going on that this thing happened. That is us just torturing ourselves. We're recreating this scenario over and over and over. It's gone. It's in the past. It already happened. It's done. It doesn't exist anymore. I love the image of zebra out in the Sahara, and a pack of lions comes hunting, and what happens? All the zebras start running. There's this massive uptake and uproar of a stampede, like, run, lions are here. But after the lions make their catch, so sorry for the friend who that was their last run, but everything goes back to calm. The danger is no longer there. The lions aren't going after 15 of the zebras. Like, that's it. And it's like it never happened. And everyone goes about their business. And the Sahara goes back to being calm and peaceful. And what's so interesting about that is, sure, a zebra was just, made a meal, but all the other zebras don't let it affect the rest of their day. And I know that humans were created differently. I know we have feelings that animals may not have, at least not to the degree that we have them. But there's still something to be said about things that have happened that truly aren't really affecting your life, at least not to the degree that you're making them. And us being able to let it be in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not happening. That lion is not chasing you anymore. It's not happening. Let it go. It doesn't exist. So one of my favorite tools to use when something like this comes to mind for me, something that I would want to naturally kind of dwell on, is there's a couple different sayings that I say. One is I say, cancel that. Like, I'm not letting my brain go any further. Cancel that. Cancel that. Try it. Try it. What it does is it's like it's like when your dog is barking and pulling and then suddenly squirrel, like it's focused on something else. When I say cancel that, there's like an interception of that thought. Another one is reminding me this doesn't exist. This doesn't exist anymore. So stop pulling it back into the present. It's not there anymore. It doesn't exist. Sure, there's memories, but are you going to let it affect you in a negative way? I do my best to only let positive memories affect me. That does not mean that I'm able to escape all the negative as well. But more and more and more, I'm utilizing these tools to be able to move forward so I don't have a bad day. I have a few hard moments, and then I move on. And I make sure the rest of the day is the best I can make it to be. And I wanted to bring up something that a friend said when I had said the best is yet to come. And that friend said, yeah, but the worst is yet to come as well. And I just thought, gosh, that's so sad that that's what you do to your brain, that you allow that, not just that you have the thought, but that you allow that thought to be something that you ruminate on. The best is yet to come. I could be excited. And the worst is yet to come. I should be afraid and scared and nervous and anxious. Why? Again, choose your beliefs. Choose your beliefs. Of course, there's going to be hard times. Of course, bad things are going to happen. We live on a broken planet. But let's focus on the good. And for me, what the best is yet to come actually means is that, hey, right now, this is not as good as it gets. It's going to get better. There's even more out there. There's more promise. Don't feel like the best days, your glory days are behind you. They're ahead of you. I've had some pretty rough days. I'm sure compared to lots of people, there's people who have had way rougher days than me. But when my dad passed away suddenly when I was 15 years old, that was one of the absolute hardest moments of my life. And I don't wish that upon anyone, losing your parent, especially at a young age, or losing anyone that you love. But losing a parent was just so incredibly challenging. And if that's, I believe that could possibly be the hardest day that I'll ever have. I've yet to have a day like that ever since. That could have been it. But I absolutely 1000% believe that the best is yet to come, that there's even more good to be had. I don't believe that a really great day that I had in the past is as good as it'll ever get. So, look, I get it. A lot of times we don't have control over what comes into our minds, but you can train that. You can start to train that more and more. And when it comes into your mind, cancel it. It doesn't exist. I'm not going to entertain the story. I'm not going to go down that path. I'm not going to create anxiety and havoc for myself. I'm choosing something different. I just want to encourage you to try that out. Choose something different. It's been a lot of fun being able to talk to people more about this and on a more of a personal level with my coaching clients, and being able to help change and shift their belief system by encouraging them in these ways. And it takes practice. I have a guided journal that I wrote, and I wrote it because guided journals have been so beneficial to me, and they've helped me shift and change my perspective on my, in my own belief system. And so I wrote one. It's called the As Is Journal. It's a guided journal. It's a 21-day journal, and it's pretty amazing. Like, just to get yourself starting to think in a way that isn't the way you used to, and just to expand your mind to the different possibilities and beliefs and accolades for yourself that really make up the amazing human that you are and the gift that you are to the world. So I'd love for you to check that out. I'll put it in the show notes because I think it'll be really beneficial. I know it'll be really beneficial for you, if that's something that feels like it's a good decision for you right now, or maybe you know someone who could really benefit from it. So um, I'm super proud of it because I literally, like, every line, I made every line, like every line that's like a dash. I wrote every single part of it, inspired by other journals that I have used. But it's a tool to help build my mindset. It's a tool to help shift my trajectory, because that was so important to me. And I want that to be important for you, because I want you to live such a wonderful, fulfilling life that is full of positive thinking and seeing the good and knowing the best is yet to come, and knowing that even the bad times aren't going to keep you down, and you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to survive and you're going to thrive. And I just want to encourage you to also live all out as is, and we're all on this journey to becoming the best version of ourselves. And as you are is just right. And also, we can continue to level up our own mindset. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I'm honored that you would spend this time with me. And I'd love to hear if anything in this podcast really stood out to you, or encouraged you. And if you feel like it would be beneficial for someone you know to hear this, please share it. Give them the gift of this message. And I would be so grateful. And I know that they would be as well. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And if this episode brought you clarity, gave you a shift, or helped you feel more alive, I'd love it if you shared it with a fellow leader, dreamer, or visionary in your life. I always love hearing what resonates with you, so please feel free to send me a DM, and it would mean so much to me if you left a 5-star review to help more people find this space. If you're ready to take this deeper, check the show notes for ways we can work or grow together, whether you're leading from a stage, in your community, or in your own healing. Just remember this: your power isn't in who you're trying to become, it's in who you already are. So keep showing up, keep moving forward, and keep living all out as is.